Hey guys, welcome back to MMA Library. Today in MMA and UFC news, Israel Adesanya has accused Alex Pereira of cheating ahead of their rematch tonight at UFC 287. Izzy believes Pereira may be using an IV to hydrate and tweets at USADA to monitor Pereira's activity. Daniel Cormier weighed in on Adesanya's comments during a recent YouTube video. Here's what he had to say.
So when they say these guys are IVing, it's rooted in the way that those guys look on fight night. Because Alex cuts so much weight, but then by the moment he gets back to the fight, he seems to be almost full again. I think Adesanya is saying that is not natural to do just through drinking water and rehydrating the way that USADA wants you to.
Chael Sonnen gives his thoughts on who will be the first active UFC fighter to cross over into WWE. Here's the clip.
Well, listen, I mean, in any other universe, I would assume that Ciryl Gane just did it with that work that he did against John Jones. I would assume that they kind of like got ahead of things. But looking at it now, I mean, I see guys getting thirsty. I don't see Conor McGregor looking thirsty, licking his lips too often, but he's already sending out pictures that he wants to go do WWE, man. That was a miss by McGregor. Let them come to us.
So you don't have a name.
We're always the guys. We're always the little kiss asses that want to have the great sport, and we want to be mainstream, want to do all these things. And the first chance there is to turn your back on your sport and go do something else. I mean, there had been a UFC fighter that was offered a movie and he didn't say yes. There had been a UFC fighter that couldn't go do a little cameo in some show that never even made it to the theaters, and he doesn't say yes. There's been a fighter that hasn't talked about going and doing boxing. Have those guys do it the other way. At some point, stand up for yourself in your sport.
Kevin Holland's striking coach explains the Jorge Masvidal beef during a recent interview.
Man, you know, I don't know much about it. I just know that they did run into each other, and there was some words exchanged. I think the background was that, you know, Kevin actually kind of liked Masvidal before that, but I think what happened was that Masvidal, you know, he didn't like the sucker punch deal with the Leon stuff. He didn't like the stuff with Colby Covington, and he just kind of liked it, kind of rubbed him the wrong way, man, so kind of changed his view of him. And that's kind of how that started. And there was some words exchanged online, here and there, back and forth, and then they just ran into each other, but it wasn't nothing that...
So Kevin didn't like what Masvidal was doing outside the octagon, and like with the sucker punch stuff?
Yeah, he didn't like that persona and that, you know, that the way he was kind of carrying himself, like on some like some G stuff, and so it was kind of he didn't like that like kind of almost like the bully type of thing. He didn't feel like that was cool.
He felt like Masvidal was kind of being a bully out here.
On the cool, like just feeling like, you know, sucker punching people like that, it didn't sit right in his spirit. And so one thing about Kevin, man, he's not shy about what he feels and what he says, and what he feels and what he says is what he feels is what he's gonna say.
Belal Muhammad claims he is going to slap Colby Covington if the pair cross paths this weekend in Miami.
If I run into Colby, I'm gonna give me a fight with Colby in the street. So it may not be at the arena, but we're gonna get in the street.
A free fight, like you don't even want to get paid for that one. Like
I don't really care, man.
You want the fade for
free.
free.
He deserves to get slapped. So
that's
when I see him, he's getting slapped.
For John Anik.
Yeah.
Because that's your boy.
Yeah, that's my brother right there. It's
right.
For him, for the world. There's not one person in this world that doesn't want to see Colby get slapped.
Belal also claims that a fight with Kamaru Usman is close to being finalized for June.
Yeah, for sure. Hoping it comes to fruition. We got his manager right here, so.
Right, that's true. You got Ali right there.
Yeah.
So that deal is looking close.
Yeah, for sure.
Now, how do you see that fight going? You know, Usman's coming off 2 losses in a row. Do you think he still has it, or is he kind of falling off a bit? Or
no, I mean the last fight, I think it was close. Could have gone either way. The fight before that, he was dominating Leon, so it could go either way.
A lot of people think you should get the title shot because you've been on a crazy run. But you're cool with the Usman fight, like if you don't get the title shot.
No, obviously I want that, but I'm not going to sit there and wait on the sidelines for a title fight. So
right.
Usman's the next best guy up, so I'll take the next best guy up.
Dana White is back this week with a special Miami recipe. Let's check it out.
What's up, everybody? It's Friday here at UFC headquarters. And in honor of UFC 287 being in Miami, we're going to try a couple of different Cuban foods. So we're going to try Pastelitos de Guayaba, and we're going to try Tostones breakfast sandwich. Layer guava paste and cream cheese on top of puff pastry squares. Score the top of the puff pastry and put that on top. Brush egg wash and bake it. Fry sliced plantains in oil. Smash them together between wax paper and put it in frying oil. Build the sandwich with cheese, breakfast sausage, egg, and more cheese. All right, these are the pastelitos, which basically look like incredible pastries. Again, no way this sucks. That's one of the best things I've ever had. I'm going in again. Holy. That is so good. Off the charts, unbelievable. It sucks I gotta follow it up with a breakfast sandwich, actually. Really good too. Cubans know their excellent. This is unbelievable. And it's only a few ingredients too. You gotta make this one at home and try this thing. It's great too. This is next level. 2 winners.
Anthony Smith assures fans there's no hard feelings with the UFC following the demotion of a scheduled main event fight against Johnny Walker to the co-main spot. Here's what Smith had to say on the Believe You Me podcast.
Yeah, it's not really so much me. Because it doesn't really bother me, but I know that a lot of people, because the Jamal Hill fight I lost the Jamal Hill fight, and then the backup thing in Brazil happened, and then it was supposed to be March 25th, and then they bumped it back to May 13th. So there's been a bunch of stuff going on with this fight. It's been moved around a bunch. So it seemed like people are I'm just getting blown up. They're just like, is the fight not happening? Is there something wrong? Are you injured? Is Johnny hurt? I'm very fortunate that people are like coming to my defense, like saying, oh, this is Anthony should be the. Listen, guys, I don't give. It doesn't matter to me at all. It's the only difference is it's 3 rounds versus 5, which to be honest is an easier fight. So it's 10 less minutes potentially.
Absolutely.
UFC is I obviously can't get into details, but the UFC is taking great care of me. I am not upset. It doesn't matter. I'm good. Johnny's good. I signed the new contract, changing it from 5 rounds to 3 yesterday. So we are 100% go. I am so dialed in and I'm so focused. I could not give any less. Like if it's the first fight, the last fight, somewhere in the middle, I do not care.
Sean O'Malley gives his final thoughts on tonight's main event between Israel Adesanya and Alex Pereira.
Dude, Izzy, 4th shot. He's got to go out there and do this. He's got to. But Alex Pereira, did you see him wearing the Pikachu jacket?
Yeah, that's
trolling next level type.
I don't know, man. Israel's a favorite.
It's so crazy. He's been beat. He was the whole first fight was a very, very it was a close fight. Yeah. Like it went to a decision. Second fight was winning the whole fight, got knocked out. Third fight was winning pretty much the entire fight, got knocked out. 4th fight, here we go. It's his time. Someone tweeted the other day. It was Izzy's like, this is my 1 shot, and it's hard to say that. I mean, it's your 4th shot. Yeah. But I like Israel Adesanya. I think he's been one of the best champions ever. I saw he had like 10 fights in 4 years or something. Holy. 10 title defenses, something like that. And that's gangster. That's what I look at as like, damn, I want to be that active. But it's hard, dude. It's so hard to do that. Like very, very few people can do that, let alone champion. So Israel Adesanya is a legend.
I'm talking to Jorge the other day, and Jorge says, I think I can change Dana's mind. I think I can go in there, put on such an explosive performance that Dana says, you know what, it's not Colby getting the next fight against Leon. It's going to be me. Is that possible, Dana? Can he go in there and be that great?
Let me tell you what's going to happen. If he goes in and he does that against a guy like Gilbert Burns, right? Whom I have a ton of respect for. Gilbert Burns is an absolute badass.
Yeah.
Then you have Colby Covington versus Leon Edwards. And if Leon Edwards beats Colby Covington, the history between Leon Edwards and Masvidal, and then they both win these fights, that fight will be so huge, people will be dying to see that fight.
Maybe one of the biggest ever.
100%. It will be absolutely massive.
Guys, thanks so much for checking out the video. If you like the content we do here on this channel, don't forget to like and subscribe to MMA Library for all the latest MMA and UFC news. We'll see you in the next video.